Right. Hello, everyone. It's 9 o'clock, so I want to get started on the dot here. Got a lot to cover tonight, and want to be on time. Got my cup of coffee and my notes, so we should be good to go. All righty. So what we're going to talk about is mindset on working leads tonight. And this has been a pretty big topic for me for a long time, because what I realized was that you have to, the way you think will affect your results. And if you've been in this game for any type of time, the first topic I want to talk about is prospecting. What is a lead? You will have two flavors of people out in the world. One flavor is attraction marketing, where people come to you. And the other flavor, and that's called passive, okay? That's passive marketing, when people come to you. The other flavor is active marketing, and that's where you go out for the people. And, both work, both schools are fine. But at the end of the day, the people that do passive marketing typically have an issue. And that issue is that they're still afraid to talk to people. They're still afraid to talk to strangers, all right? And they get these leads in, but they never call them. They never communicate and build a relationship with them. And hence, that becomes the problem with the traction marketing systems. People think that they can go ahead and put these systems in place and they don't have to talk to anybody, and everybody's just going to join their business and whatnot. So that's sadly not the case at all. You still need to talk to people, and you need to build relationships. And I have found the cheapest, most effective way is to work leads, because this is active marketing. You're going out and you're actively talking to people. And when you're talking to leads, let's talk about what is a lead, because you tend to get a lot of questions, I should say, on what's the difference between what is a good lead, right? Here's the difference. Let me explain what a lead is in business 101 terms, okay? A lead is somebody who's potentially has the capability and wants what you offer, all right? It's just a potential. They're a prospect. They're somebody that might want what you have. And that's all a lead is, all right? Now, when you start to talk about network marketing and network marketing leads, here's the thing you got to understand. People change their minds. People come in and out of what I call a looking window, right? If their job's doing bad or something's going bad in their life, they're in the looking window, looking for an opportunity, a way to make some extra money. But as soon as things get fine, they're back out that looking window. We've all been there. We all do this. If somebody exhibited the desire at one point in time and said, I'm looking for an opportunity, I'm looking for a way to make money, they physically filled out the information. So, now whether or not they're still looking when you call them or whatnot, that's a whole nother story, all right? But let's just understand what a lead is. A lead is somebody who said, I am interested in working a business opportunity, and I would like you to call me, all right? Point blank, that's a lead. Doesn't matter if it's 2 years old, 3 months old, 3 days old, 3 hours old. A lead's a lead's a lead, okay? They were exhibited the interest in looking into a business, all right? And we'll talk about the rest, but I just want you to understand what a lead is, all right? Let me see my notes here. Okay, let's talk about strangers. This is a big one. This is a big hindrance for many people, because what I learned is money comes from strangers. And this is your biggest organization. Any business in the world, if they're going to make some more money, it's got to come from strangers. And the problem is we've been conditioned as we were young to what? Not talk to strangers. We've been conditioned, to avoid any conversations with people that you don't know. So a lot of people have a hindrance of starting to call leads now and talk to strangers, because it just the conditioning of what we've had in our past. So We really need to understand that it's okay to talk to strangers, and we need to talk to strangers because that's where our money's coming from. Okay. And not only that, but let me see here. This is a big one in my notes. I'm just looking at my notes because there's so much I want to cover on this. People are like sheep, right? And they called it keeping up with the Joneses, right? So your parents and everybody, if don't go out of the norm, right? Don't be different than everybody else. Don't draw attention to yourself, right? These are conditions that a lot of us grew up with. And unfortunately, it's just the opposite in business, right? It's just the opposite in what we need to do to grow a business. We need to draw attention to ourselves. We do not want to be like sheep, right? The sheep are mediocrity. The sheep are, I'll just get by. The sheep are, I'm not going to put myself out forward and have a dream and build something for myself, right? So everything that most of us been taught, we have to eliminate. Because if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you're going to build a business, you have to not do any of that type of stuff. And that's the hardest thing for people because it's conditioning. It's what we're used to. All right. Let's talk about a belief system. This is a good one. This one changed my life. Get a cup of Java here. So here's the thing. We all have a belief system, and the belief system comes from what we smell, touch, hear, and see. Okay, and these are our senses, and what we believe is true to us. It's truth. It's truth to us, and everybody's truth is right to them. The problem that we have when we get into a business is that instead of letting people have their own beliefs, we want people to have our beliefs. We want to change people's beliefs. We want to argue with them. And that's not how you make money, okay? The first thing that you really have to understand, especially working leads, is you got to allow people to have their own beliefs. You got to appreciate, you don't have to agree with, but you do have to understand and appreciate somebody's belief, okay? Because their belief is their truth. And I always use an analogy on this. And that is, if my great-grandmother and my great-grandfather and my mother and father and all my brothers and sisters smoked cigarettes, and they did this from the age of, let's say, 9 all the way, and they lived to be 120, and nobody had cancer, and everybody lived, was healthy as a horse. What do you think my belief level on cigarettes would be? If I smoked, what do you think I believe? Right? All these ads going on. I talk to people and they say, well, you shouldn't smoke. You're going to get cancer. That's not healthy. It's not good for you. Don't you see all the reports? Don't you see this? Don't you see that? But the reality is, the truth for me, my belief from what I've seen is my whole family's healthy as a horse. Right? So it's hard to argue against that because it's truth for me. Right? So if you're trying to sell me on something that is going to get me to quit smoking, probably wouldn't be a match, right? So that's why it's so important to understand people's belief. Because here's the thing when you're working leads. Some people have an employee mindset belief system, and it's tight. It's not going to change. You have to recognize that and let it go. You have to understand that their belief system, they're not open to change. They're not open to change the way they believe. They're so stuck on what they believe, and they think that they have a belief here, and they think they can do this and match up their belief with this. And this is where people fail, because the mindset has to change. You can't have this belief and get this result, okay? And that was hard for me. It's hard for everybody. But having a belief system and understanding and allowing other people to have a belief system, very, very important. So that's a big one. Okay. Let's talk about detachment, because this is one that not only did I struggle with it, but a lot of my coaching students and that struggle with it. You have to learn to detach from the outcome. You have to learn to sort through the process. And I'm gonna give you an example of what one of my trainers taught me. Is that we don't know where people's heads are at. We don't know where they're at in their life. We don't know, if they're ready to make change in their life. So all our job is to do is to market to somebody and allow them to view some information, so that they can make a decision for themselves. And whether they want to do it or not is irrelevant, because we have enough fish, right? We have enough people to talk to, that we're not hung up on one person joining the business or not joining the business, or liking it or not liking it. That's all irrelevant. All we do is we're looking for people that do like what we have, that are interested in what we have. So it doesn't mean you're not emotional. It doesn't mean you don't have feelings. Okay. All it means is you have to detach from the outcome, because every person is different, and you need to detach yourself so that you can listen, ask questions, and put them through the process. And more importantly, you can really judge somebody from their sense of how they're responding to you, right? So detachment is very, very important. Otherwise, you get this roller coaster ride up and down, right? You get so high and you get so low and you get so high, and that's a nasty cycle to be in. And speaking of that, I'm going to go on to the next one on my notes, is attitude. That is probably one of the biggest things that I see people really not have an understanding of, is their attitude. Okay, this is something that you have to be conscious with every day of your life, every minute of your life. You have to look at how you're thinking, because you have a positive attitude and a negative attitude. We all have both things, positive, negative. And unfortunately, the negative one can take over very quickly. All right, it's much easier to think negative than it is to be positive. It's just human nature to go down the negative bunny trail. Okay, so what you have to consciously do, minute by minute, is really look at your attitude on, are you being positive or negative about something? Okay, because that will determine what happens to your future. All right, and most people don't understand that they have a negative attitude. They're always complaining. All right, talking bad about something. All right, positive attitude. You'll find from people that are successful, they focus on positive attitude all the time. As a matter of fact, when they get around a negative person, they can't be around them. They're very difficult, very hard for them, because it sucks the life out of you. All right, and that's the other thing, right? When you're calling your leads and you're talking to people, the mindset, you want positive people in your business. See, you're not begging people to join your business. What you're doing is you're sorting through people to find the right people for your business. You're looking for people with positive attitudes. You don't want anybody in your business. You want somebody who's got a very positive attitude. So, this is a quick check when you're on the phone and somebody's negative or they don't sound very positive, right? Cross them off, right? We call it nexting them. It's that you do not want that type of person in your business. You get to choose who you have in your business and who you don't. And it's in your mind. And you got to understand, the positive people will move your business forward much faster than negative people. All right. So first, you have to be positive, right? First, you have to be positive about your business, the way you work leads in your life. And then that comes forward and you attract other positive people. Okay, this is a big one. I'm going to talk a little bit about a law of attraction. And one of my mentors calls it junk in your trunk, right? We all have junk in the trunk, and that just means we all have hindrances. We all have things holding us up. We all have issues in our life, all right? And I don't care how much money you make, every single person in the world has issues that they're dealing with on a day-to-day basis, okay? And unfortunately, for most people, they allow those issues to control their life. They allow those things, the junk in the trunk, the weights, to hold them back in life instead of moving them forward and moving forward, even though you have issues, right? So let's talk about law of attraction and leads. And I see this all the time with people. So when you're calling leads, you project who you are You project what your thoughts are, whether you know it or not. Okay. And I hear it in people when people ask me questions like, can people can't really afford to do leads and pay for network marketing business. And I think to myself, really? I mean, is that what you think? There are people every day spending $1,000, $1,500, $5,000 to join some type of home-based business. And I'm pretty sure your leads and your monthly cost isn't $2,000, $3,000, $5,000. Okay, if other people are spending that money, then it can't be that everybody's broke, that everybody can't afford it. Okay, there are people that have a $2,000 car payment every month. They're not broke. They can afford $220, $250, $300 a month, right? There are people every day living in homes that have mortgages, $2,000, $3,000, $7,000, $8,000, $12,000, $15,000 a month mortgage. They're not broke. They can afford $300 a month. There are people that go to clubs and party every weekend and spend $300 to $500, $600 on booze and things, right? They're not broke. See, it's you're broke. You're broke-minded. And because you're broke and you're broke-minded, you're projecting that out to the world. And because you're projecting that to the world, people can feel that, and you're attracting those type of people. You're attracting people who are broke. Okay? Don't attract those people. Don't accept those people. Talk to the people that make money. Talk to the people that are not broke-minded. Okay? Everybody's not broke in the world. You got to realize that's a big thing. You know, people buy $300 jeans once a month, twice a month, $300 jeans. Okay, and you're talking about they can't afford leads, they can't afford the business, they can't afford the monthly auto ship. You're talking to the wrong people. Okay, those people can't afford it because they don't understand money management, they don't understand finances, they don't understand. They're probably not they don't have work ethic. They're probably not out there working. They probably didn't put any time in themselves to invest in themselves, to better themselves, to get a better job, a high-paying job, any of these things. Okay, these are people who are broke-minded, and you don't want to deal with these people. All right, and a lot of these people. And let me talk about this for a second because this is very important. Leads. Okay, anybody can go on a website and anybody can say, "I want to make money." Anybody can go look and say, oh, own a business? Yeah, I'd like to own a business. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? Doesn't mean they're qualified. They can get on the phone, even with our interview telephone leads, which are phenomenal. They can still get on the phone and interview somebody and say, oh, yes, I'm looking for a business. Oh, yes, I'll invest. Oh, yes, I'll do that. But they're just looky-loos. They're broke-minded people who will say yes, 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 just to see the information, just to see if there's a way they can do it for free, just to see if they can spend $10 and make $10,000 a month next month, spending $10. You see, that's their mindset, right? Oh, is there a free business I can get in and it'll make me $100,000 a year? Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's a free business you can get in and you're going to make $100,000 a year. I mean, come on, right? This is what these people think, right? So you got to understand that, and you have to really manage yourself. You have to make sure that you're not projecting that out to the world. You have to make sure that you are not that broke-minded person, okay? So very, very important. Okay, this is a big one. You know, I put you must, change. What are we? We're change agents. What does that mean? That means that you must change. You must be open. If you have a belief system of this, you must be open to change your belief system from here to here. To think, maybe the way I've thought about things and what I believed in is wrong, right? As Socrates, this is what Socrates believed in as a philosopher his whole life, was challenging your belief system. Always be open to challenge your belief system, that maybe, just maybe, there might be another way to do this, the way other than the way I've been taught and raised. Okay, and it all starts with change. If you don't change who you are, how can you expect somebody else to change who they are? See, if you're out here trying to show people how to go from here to here financially, how to make some money in this home-based business, you're going to have to probably change how you think. You're going to probably have to change the law of attraction, how you attract people and what you do and all these things, right? People can feel that through the phone. They can feel if you are able to change yourself or you have changed and you're willing to help somebody through that process. They can feel it, okay? So you must change. You must be open to change, and you must have to constantly change yourself and become a change agent, and people will feel that and start to change too. So that was that's a big one, and it's a hard one, right? Change is hard. If change was easy, everybody would do it. If change was easy, everybody would just change their mind, what they think, and go ahead and do it. But it's hard. It's a very difficult process, but it's a very worthwhile process. Okay, so you want to change. Okay, let's talk about law of averages. Law of averages. This is exciting. I'll tell you what. If you can understand what the law of averages mean for you in your network marketing business, if you can really grasp and understand what the law of averages mean to you in your life, okay, it's mind-blowing, okay? Yeah, because, you know, I hear all the time people say, you know, Daryl, I can't afford to fail. I can't afford to not have consistency in my life. And being an entrepreneur is very risky. And they say this because, again, belief, right? What you think. They're not willing to change how they believe. They're not willing to change what entrepreneurs know, right? They're not willing to change what the business owners already know, that there is safety. There is a safety net. Okay? There is consistency. Okay? There is some stability. And it's in the law of averages. What do I mean by that? If you talk to enough people, somebody is going to say yes. Somebody is going to say, I like what you have. Somebody is going to be a sharp person. Somebody is going to be an A player. Okay? And you just have to keep going through the numbers to find those people. And what happens is most people are not consistent. And I want to talk about that in a little bit. But if they just were consistent, the law of averages would work for you. Okay? And the law of averages is your safety net. All right? There is no way you can consistently talk to a group of people and have nobody not join your business. Just can't happen. If you're doing it consistent, just can't happen. There's your safety. There's your safety, because you will make money. It will grow. So law of averages is important. You know, and the big thing about the law of averages is it's not big. So let me just share something with you, because it comes back, you know, law of averages has two properties to it. All right. The first property, the law of averages, is consistency. The second property to law of averages is delayed gratification, right? So you have consistency and delayed gratification. That equals the law of averages. I don't know if anybody ever explained that, why the law of averages work. Consistency and delayed gratification. So let me give you an example. Okay, your life is going to be the same in the next 12 months. In the next 12 months, if you stop doing network marketing, if you stop calling leads, if you stop building a business, let's just say you quit everything, okay? What is the next 12 months of your life going to be like? Maybe you get a raise. I'll tell you what. Maybe you get a raise. How about I give you a $20,000 raise? So take whatever you're making right now in your job, and you're going to make $20,000 extra. That's pretty good, isn't it? Right? Wouldn't you like a $20,000 raise next year? Okay. Now, let's take a person that's in network marketing, okay? And let's say they're in network marketing and they got their monthly auto ship and they get their monthly leads and they're working the business. And let's say through this process of calling leads every week, they can only recruit one person a month. So they're gonna call 100, 25 leads, whatever, how many leads. They're going to recruit one person a month. And then what they do is that one person a month they recruit, all that person is going to do is recruit one person a month. So everybody that's on the team that joins the business, buys into the philosophy, and does the consistency of making the dials every day, 30 minutes a day, okay? All they can do is recruit one person a month, okay? Now, during those months, you got maybe two people on your team. Next month, you have 4 people on your team. The next month, you're going to have 8 people on your team. The next month, you're going to have 16, right? It's good. But you might not be making a whole lot of money. You might be thinking to yourself, man, is this even worth it? All this effort I'm putting in and talking to people and this and that. And, the team's growing. I mean, we've been in it 6 months and I got, 32 people? But here's what happens in the law of averages. You consistency, right? Delayed gratification. You just keep doing it. You 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 keep doing it. And month 12, you would have over 4,096 people in your organization. Now let's got my famous calculator here. Let's do the math on that. Let's just say everybody, you got 4,096 people, and everybody's buying, let's just say it's $100 monthly volume in your business. That's $409,000 a month coming through volume. And let's just say you only get 10%. Only get 10%. Okay? The lowest pay plan, and you got the highest volume. Now, obviously, that's not going to be the case, right? You're going to be the top person in your company. But let's just say the lowest. You're making $40,000 a month, recruiting one person a month, and duplicating that down over 12 months. Now, let me ask you this question. In the next 12 months, how would you like to be making $40,000 a month? $40,000 a month in 12 months now. See, the process was the same, right? You could choose to quit and do nothing, get your $20,000 a year raise, right? Or you can recruit one person a month and teach your team to duplicate one person a month, and you can make $40,000 a month, right? That's the law of averages. That excites me. I don't know if it excites you, but I'll tell you what, I'll take that deal all day long. I'll take that deal all day long. Okay, I want to cover 2 more things here on the mindset. Let's talk about personal development. I'm going to tell you something. In order for you to change, in order for you to have good, positive thoughts, you need to read something, listen to something that changes your mind. Otherwise, you will fall back to what you know. Okay? So every night, not sometimes, every single night, you need to read or listen to something that helps you change the way you think. So you got to not only just listen to it, you got to absorb it, and you must change the way you think. There's a couple good books. Two of my favorite. You can get these on YouTube and listen to them and all that in audio. The Magic of Thinking Big, okay, and How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Those 2 books will help you with people. See, you got to understand people. You got to learn more about people than you do your product or service if you're going to make money. You really got to understand people first. And those 2 books will help you understand how to relate to people and why people do what they do. Let's talk about that really quick before I end it with a couple other things. So people are kooky. Some people are crazy, right? You're going to meet a variety of people when you're calling leads. And what you have to understand is just let people be people and sort through people as fast as you can. Do not become a psychiatrist. Don't go into the why is this area, okay? Why did they say this? Why did they do this? What's going on here? Don't do that. You're not a psychiatrist. You will go crazy trying to analyze every single person you talk to. Well, I thought they said that they liked this, and I thought that they were going to be out, and I thought this. Just let it go. Okay, your job is to sort through people as fast as you can, to find the right people that say, hey, I'm in, I love it, right? That's the people we're looking for. So don't get into this, why are people doing this, and they said they were going to do this, and they didn't show up, or this or that. It's okay. Let it go. Work with the people that want to be worked with, okay? And don't try to psychoanalyze everything. I was terrible at that. I wanted to analyze the conversation and what happened here and why they do this, and it's just sorting. We're sorters, okay? We're sorting through people as fast as we can to find the right people, okay? Okay, and I want to talk about practice. I want to end it with practice because this was the game changer for me. This allowed me to start recruiting a lot of people. And what do I mean by practice? You have to practice what you're doing. There is nothing in this world that you do without practicing to get better, okay? Sports, let's take somebody in sports. Nobody just goes to the games without practicing first. Messing up, failing through, stumbling and fumbling through it to get better. We are no different. If you want to work leads, you need to practice calling leads. You need to practice your tone of voice. You need to practice relaxing and getting comfortable. You need to practice asking questions. You need to practice how to listen to somebody, okay? These are all skills. You have to practice this. It just doesn't happen overnight, okay? So what I want you to understand is it's going to take some practice on your part calling leads to really understand how to do it and get a groove with it. I call it finding your mojo, okay? You're going to have to practice your mojo and talking with leads to get comfortable. Doesn't come overnight. It takes a little bit to happen. But if you do it on a daily basis, if you practice on a daily basis, you will get better. You will start recruiting some people, okay? But you can't just do it one day, take 2 days off, do it another day. Let me give an analogy on consistency. And consistency in working leads is the most important thing, okay? Because it's just too difficult not to do it. You know, you can't, the doctor says take an apple a day, okay? You can't say, you know what, I'm going to wait 20 days, I'm not going to take no apples, and then on the 20th day, I'm going to eat 20 apples in one day to be healthy. It doesn't work that way. You'll get sick. You can't do that, okay? You have to take an apple a day. And in working leads, the moment you stop working leads, that bad thought starts coming in, that nervousness, the fear of working the phone, all that starts to build up inside you. You have to constantly work it every day. And you have to get over the fear, and you have to really work on consistency, on following up and doing it and working a business every day. It doesn't work. You'll never get good at doing it if you're not consistent every day. If you start, stop, it won't work for you. Okay, might as well hang it up. Because working the leads business is a consistency business, and you're constantly following up and you're filling a pipeline, and over time people start to join and enjoying more, okay? And that's how it works, okay? So everybody wants that instant, you know, if I talk to some people and I don't recruit anybody right now, you know, this ain't working. Well, that's not how it works, all right? And you have to change the way you think. You have to be open to learning how this works and play the game. Don't play it your way, because your way doesn't work. You don't know the way. So play it the way that you need to play it to win. It's just that simple. Yeah, and it gets a lot funner, honestly. Okay, so we covered a lot. And I really wanted to make sure. Let me see if we have any questions. Does anybody? You could type in questions in the questions box if anybody has any questions. I will go ahead and answer some questions on working leads. If anybody has any, I'll give you guys some time to type in questions there. It's on your right-hand side there. Okay, let's see. And I want to make sure, boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's talk about really quick. Okay, I got a question here. Let's see. Okay, so the question is, how do you know if somebody is serious wanting to work the? Okay, good question. All right, so how do you know if somebody is serious? Actions, guys. There are two things that there is. There's a event list, right? And there's an action list. What is a vent list? A vent list is somebody who is just venting, but they're not willing to make the changes. They're not willing to do what it takes for action. And we've all been there, right? We've all been there. Think about some things in your life where you vented, but you weren't ready to take action. You're just venting, right? We all do it. We all do it. This is part of understanding people that I was talking about. All people vent, and me included, I do it every day. Okay. So how do you know when somebody's going to take action? When they do what they say they're going to do. Just that simple. If they say they're going to do this and they do it, then they're taking action. Right? Again, we're not going to get in a psychoanalysis of trying to determine and understand how they say it and what they say to see if they're meaning it. No. If they take action and do what they say, they're taking action. That's how you know, right? That's how you know if somebody's serious. If they say they're going to be on a follow-up call, they're on a follow-up call, they're serious. If they're not on the follow-up call, they weren't serious. They didn't like what they saw, or they like what they saw, but they're not ready to take action right now. Okay? So, that's normal. That's what it is. Let's see. Next question is, this is an interesting one. All right, law of attraction. Yes. Okay, so law of attraction, you project what your thoughts are. All right, this took me a while to understand. This is why they say fake it till you make it. What they really mean is you got to have the attitude as if now, because your law of attraction, you are attracting what you think. So if you think everybody's broke, you're attracting broke people. Okay. If you think that people are don't want to work leads, they won't. If you think that people don't want to be healthy, then they won't be. Okay. If you think the world is falling apart, the sky's falling, okay, then that's what it is, and that's what you're going to project. You project what you are thinking. Okay. And very important. That is really the essence of changing the way you think and acting as if and putting on that, because that's what you're projecting out. Okay. Let's see. What site do I send people to watch? I guess I don't understand that question. What site you send people to watch? Watch what? If you can expand on that one, I'd appreciate it. Let's see. That seems to be the last of the questions. Okay. Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. Yeah. So what you want to do is you should have an affiliate. You should have an affiliate link, or there is a YouTube video. If you go to my YouTube channel, there's actually a YouTube video that talks about working leads for your network marketing business. So you can either go to my YouTube video channel and there's a video on that, or if you have a if you have an affiliate link, you can send them to your affiliate link. There's a video on there as well. Okay, and this will also be recorded, and this will be put on my channel, and I'll shoot you guys out a link on this to help with your mindset. And I hope it helps the mindset. We'll be doing a lot of these mindset trainings because this is what it takes to understand how to work leads. So let me see. Got another one. There we go. Yeah, awesome, Josue. All right, guys. Well, I wanted to keep this short and sweet and just do a nice little video for you. So if you have any questions, you know where to reach me. So have a good night, and we'll talk to you later.